Theory Games podcast where we bring you the latest in gaming news, and reviews, and everything else under the sun. My name is Kendall, and I'm here with my co-hosts.
Tony, aka Bam Bam Tigolo.
Okay. I'd be mad at myself because I can't criticize it after I laugh at it. Like
I
that
know,
feels
and that's the point. That's the point of getting some of these in. It's like if you
terrible.
laugh, you can't say shit about it.
Like I really can't. You know what? I'm gonna let you get away with this one this time. All right. And listen, James, I don't think you put together any crazy ass nicknames. So I'm gonna go ahead and just introduce you as James. Is that if that's all right?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
All
Yeah,
right, all right,
I'm
cool,
not as
cool,
good as
cool.
Tony. One day.
Good is a relative term, I would say. Like
Good is
there's
an objective term. Fuck you, hating ass nigga.
nah. We need it. It's what brings Eclipse Theory's viewers. I promise you. They're here for the nicknames, not for anything else. But we are back again, man. Episode 55. We are kind of getting up there in age. You know what I mean?
Brandon Graham.
Yes, sir. You love it. You love to see it, man. I mean, I still need that jersey. Ever since Super Bowl 52, I was like, I need that jersey.
Dog.
I need
I
that.
I need that Kelly Green. I need that Kelly Green, Kelsey, and BG.
Man, good luck with that Kelly Green Kelsey jersey. Like, I
Nigga,
don't know how that's going to take you a minute.
it's tough. It's like getting a pair of Jordans.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Anything like Kelly Green, it's like the shiny Pokemon of fucking jerseys. Like you ain't about to find that bitch every once in a blue moon, but not how that goes. But back for one more episode, guys. We are here to discuss something that's very near and dear to my heart, something that I felt personally offended by, and that's that goddamn BAFTA list of most iconic video game characters. I know that y'all seen this list going around if you're on social media at all. So to preface this conversation, I want to say we are not here to talk shit about BAFTA because BAFTA didn't make this list. BAFTA sent out a poll to about 4,000 people, 4,000 gamers or whatever, and they said, who are the most iconic video game characters of all time? And the list they got back, let me pull it up real quick because we actually need to discuss the actual results of this, but safe to say it was fairly controversial. I'll just tell you straight up that Lara Croft was number one, and I feel like that's a conversation in and of itself. It's kind of a fascinating result to get, in my opinion.
We know why that result was good. There's a lot of horny people watching.
But like the thing is it what year is this? Like, is that what the horny motherfuckers are still looking at? The triangles? Like, I didn't know Lara Croft was still the icon of that. You know what I mean? So I'm just shocked to see that.
All right, so my reaction yesterday is that you texted me we were going to do this episode. James decided that we should do this. My initial reaction was fuck that list. And that is because all I saw was the list itself. I didn't know where the list came from. I just knew that it was an article about the top 20 most iconic video game characters. I didn't see where the list came from.
Fair.
In doing our own lists and putting mine together, I actually looked into where the list came from. And I'm going to be the person to actually defend this list from this standpoint. Because as you said, what year is this? This ain't a pick of horniness. And the reason I don't think it's a pick of horniness is because this awards was for the British Academy of Film and Television Arts. Lara Croft is British as fuck. These award shows are British as fuck. I really think this is what it came down to. Lara Croft in Britain would be the most iconic video game character ever. And the only reason I can shoot them a little bit of bail is because number 2 is Mario. So there's an understanding of what the global most iconic character is, but this was just a little bit of bias. Like, yo, if you ask me like who my top 5 favorite quarterbacks are, McNabb's going to be in that list.
Right.
It doesn't matter who actually is top 5 all the time.
Right.
Biased. Same thing with the British
why?
folks.
Why?
We know why.
It doesn't matter. That's the thing. It don't matter. I'm biased. I can own up to that. Same thing with this. Why is Lara Croft on that list? Because they British.
Fair.
She British. Like, it's what it is.
The bias is absolutely there. What throws me off about that is that they said 4,000 players from around the world engaged in this poll. And I'm like,
yeah, but of course you're going to say that. It might be 3 people who are actually somewhere else.
Man, don't send it to 3 random motherfuckers in the middle of Dunkirk and expect it to fucking...
All I'm saying, of course they're going to tell us it's around the world. It wouldn't surprise me if 3,000 of them was in Britain and the other 1,000 was around the world. You can still say that.
Like they stretching it across England. I mean, okay,
also,
it's fine.
4,000 is light. That's light when you're talking about gaming.
But even with all that, okay, that's fair. I can understand Laura Croft hitting that at number one spot.
Now, I will say
Um,
this: I do think she's a top 10 most iconic video game character ever.
oh yeah, top 10 for sure. Like she had her era in the same way that if you're going to like consider Crash Bandicoot, which I thought about Crash at times, especially making my own list, you got to
I
consider
can't
Lara
get at the
Croft.
Crash. I can't
I
get. I
didn't.
can't. Yeah, I can't
Spoilers, he
put.
ain't make my list,
I
but
can't put Crash on that list.
I'll probably give him like you said, like top 20, 25. You know what I mean? Like he's one of the most iconic. If we talking about top like platformer characters, he's up there. He's in that conversation.
He's like top 5
Yeah,
if we're talking
exactly.
about platformers.
Exactly. And platformers are just so mascotty, man. It's hard for me to not have them
Yeah,
high, which is why their number two is Mario, and that makes perfect sense. Number three, you honestly you're the reason that it makes sense to me now, and that's Hitman. Agent 47 made the list. Like
Yeah,
that's another British ass motherfucker.
that makes no sense to me. I'm sorry.
It only
I cannot do that. That
it
was
only makes sense in the context Tony gave it. But if you're talking about the most iconic,
yeah,
bro, like
but the Hitman is not like
oh
not even.
no,
I can't even put him in top 30.
because he's not a Laura
Like
Croft,
he's like his head is iconic because he got a fucking barcode on the back, but like
right?
the character is he's so malleable. He doesn't really like it could be anybody.
Yeah, but I mean, and I get that. I like the character. I think the character
Like, he's cool as fuck.
maybe makes a top 50. You know what I mean? Maybe because like what video game character isn't supposed to be like Gordon Freeman is no one. You know what I mean? Like these people are supposed to be you on the low. So I feel that, and
So
he has a little
he's
bit
got like he's got a name and an image. Like Agent
right.
47 is just a number.
He's got a little bit more personality and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know.
so
It's
so
not a top 10.
so even if it was British, my whole thing was that so if Agent 47, why didn't they put James Bond in?
James Bond ain't really a video game character.
That's the thing. That's the thing. It's like probably
That's kind of why I kind of have an issue with Pikachu being on the list.
mm, Pikachu, but didn't they start as game characters
Yeah, they
like
started.
Pokemon?
It was like neck and neck. Like
Yeah, like it happened together type shit. So Pikachu definitely gets associated just as much as a game character as he does as an anime character or like a card game or whatever.
I
So I
mean,
think
but like, I guess I look at it because like we had Red and Blue, and Pikachu's popularity really came from the anime in that sense, and then we got Yellow. That's when the shit took off.
yeah, but Yellow was like right there. You know what I mean? It wasn't that far off.
I mean,
So
yeah, no, it wasn't, but Yellow was the one. Like niggas threw Red
and
and Blue
I'll
aside for
say
Yellow.
this. I'll say this. Pikachu wasn't popular like that when Red and Blue came out, but that means that he was a video game character before he was a popular anime character. He was just not a super popular video game character probably in Red and Blue because, but he was there. He was out there putting in that work. So, he counts. But I ain't mad at it. He deserves to be on the list, just like Sonic does at number 4. Sackboy,
Sackboy's a
I,
weird one to me.
that's crazy.
I
Sackboy's a weird one
wish
to me.
I wish that made sense. Like I want
You want it
Sackboy.
to. You want it to
Yeah.
make sense.
Like
But
and I don't even
nah.
I really don't give a shit about Little Big Planet. I'm gonna be real with you. Like I like Dreams way more, and I like the concept of Little Big Planet, but it's just the fact that Sackboy is such a ascot. Like that was such a good move for Sony to cling to that during the PS3 era. Like that does feel like Sony's PS3 era mascot, him and Nathan Drake or whatever. But
Yeah, that's really what kept them alive when they was fucking up with the PS3.
yep. But you still not top 5, brother. No,
Yeah,
what?
Sackboy. No. You put
Like,
Sackboy over fucking Link? Come on, bro.
Link is 7. That's like, what?
Get out of here.
Crazy. And then Pac-Man is right under Sackboy. Like that's a little insulting.
Pac-Man, like Pac-Man should probably be closer to Mario if anything, just for like if you're gonna do it by like legacy.
unless you
you
got
know,
somebody.
if you're talking about iconic video game, he's top 5.
Yeah. Like unless you have like that many more super, because Pac-Man is like one of the grandfathers to this thing. Like so, yeah. Master Chief making a list that makes perfect sense to me.
Be
More
higher.
recent. Kratos making the list right after Master Chief. Them two, I would probably put them neck and neck. So that makes sense to me. Shadowheart is bonkers.
Too recent,
That's crazy.
man. That's too recent.
I've never used the word bonkers in my fucking life. That shit is
not true.
bananas, nigga. What the fuck are we doing? Like, what? Look, bro, I get it. Listen, I played Baldur's Gate. I'm in love with Baldur's Gate. I put 120 hours into that game. So I really fell into that shit. And I romance Shadowheart because I'm a basic ass nigga. Like everybody romance Shadowheart because she's human. I want to romance the frog. I mean, no disrespect. I mean,
You ain't no real Captain Kirk ass nigga. See,
like,
that's your problem. You ain't no real. Nah, you supposed to
like
be
what?
messing with the green ones.
Like, yeah, nah. I mean, I did have a little fling with the frog, but yeah, she's not a frog. Her name is Lae'zel. She's actually awesome. But anyway, Shadowheart is a pretty iconic part of a pretty iconic game that came out last year. Um, and that's that last part that kind of kills it. Like that game, make no mistake, is going down as a classic. In no way is Shadowheart top 10 most iconic video game characters ever. Like that's a crazy statement to make. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, no, it's like you said, it's just too soon.
How do y'all feel?
Maybe 10, 15, 20 years down the road, if we still talking
Right.
about the motherfucker, yeah, but
Yeah,
This,
I felt
it's
like they were
barely been
trying
a
to.
year.
I felt like they were trying to reach for a character recent, and they just was like, yeah, let's go with that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. I mean, do we need a recent character?
No. Because we
No,
talking about icons. Like that's the
Yeah,
problem. We talking about icons. Like if I get out here on my WWE shit and say the top 10 most iconic wrestlers of all time, motherfucker, I'm not going to say Gunther. As good
right.
as he is, it's too soon.
you're right. There now somebody released a list on that one, but
Bleacher Report and get the fuck out of
we'll
here.
say that for another
Yeah.
another podcast.
Yeah, that's gonna have to be a discussion in itself. um, but we do have Arthur Morgan on the list. How do we feel about Arthur Morgan?
Still a little too soon. Great character. Still a little too soon for that one.
Yeah, because I'm not the Red Dead guy myself. I mean, so I didn't want to speak on that one, but interesting. Okay. Him being over Pikachu. That's great.
I mean, him being on the list is okay, but him being over other people, I think that's where I'm like, I
Yeah,
don't know about
he's over Snake. Like,
Right.
yeah, come on,
fuck are we
Right.
doing?
come on. It's like
Yeah.
that makes no sense.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Now, Pikachu is right over the Snake, which makes sense. I think Steve over
I'm
in
with that.
Minecraft, Steve from Minecraft being over Snake, I kind of get that.
I
Like,
think Minecraft has made enough of an impact on its own,
yeah,
despite how soon it's been, to where you could get away with that.
Yeah,
yep.
I'll let that go.
Especially with like the youth, you know what I mean? Kids, that's one of the most iconic characters in like kid history, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so shout out to Steve, shout out to Crash Bandicoot for making the list at 15. I told you like top 20, you know what I mean? But Cloud is actually right under Crash, which I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I feel like
I
it
got a
makes
personal
sense.
bias, so I would take Crash. Like,
It makes sense. Like I feel like Crash had more games and like, he was a mascot and whatever, but Cloud stuck around more. Like Cloud, his popping ass game just came out 2 months ago, like his most
I,
recent one.
I think the only issue with Cloud is that more people like Sephiroth more than they like Cloud.
That is,
So
you
it
speak.
takes
yeah,
it takes
yeah.
away from his mystique. Like
Cloud,
honestly, like I love like Vincent more than I like Cloud. So
that's
I
fair
like
because
other characters more than
Yeah.
Cloud.
that's
So
fair.
Look, if you're the hero and the bad guy's more popular than you fucked up somewhere.
Not,
Yeah.
man, I don't mean to interrupt you, folks. You're perfectly willing to voice your wrong opinions at as much time as you need to, but I feel like Cloud is pretty popular though. I
We
mean,
ain't saying he not popular.
I,
It's
I,
just
that,
like,
Sephiroth, if you want to say Sephiroth
hey,
should
look,
be in this
man.
spot, that's cool. But I don't think that takes away from Cloud being like
Look, let's
the.
let's do like the dummies do on the internet with music, and let's put this to the women test. So is Kyle getting the women's panties wet like Sephiroth? Nah,
I mean,
nah,
listen, he's
nah.
not, bro. Like he's
He
not
ain't he
not
ain't
like
not. But I said like Sephiroth.
if
Nah.
anything, they got them
And
two
I and,
doing
and just so we're clear,
whatever.
I hate that fucking argument. Like I really
Right.
do. I fucking hate that argument. That niggas been
But you
doing that shit
just
with the Kendrick and J.
you,
Cole shit.
man,
The
do
women
it's
wasn't listening to that. Shut the fuck up. Please shut the fuck up.
don't employ your least favorite weapon and just fire at me on some Nino Brown shit like and talk about I ain't using this
That
man like
motherfucker worked though, didn't it?
that's messed up, man.
I made
That's messed
change
up.
in this bitch.
But no, I mean, I don't know. Cloud is like the face of Final Fantasy in my eyes, which is what he represents. Sephiroth is probably the more iconic character from that game, so probably should have been up here. But I don't know. I mean, something about the heroes just kind of they got a star in here from
You a
Baldur's
Cody
Gate
Rhodes
too.
ass nigga.
That's Listen, they got too many Baldur's Gate raps. You talking about Shadowheart making a list because recent game need to be represented. You didn't need two Baldur's Gate characters. You didn't need one,
Nah,
but
that's too fucking much.
in the
It's
top
too
20,
much.
I guess it's just a poll, you know how that goes. But
And again, it's only 4,000 fucking
right,
people. Like
right.
that's like asking the four of us who the most iconic video game characters are
Which we're about
and
to get to.
making our opinion like the end all be all on that.
Facts. Facts. I can respect Kazuma Kiryu from Yakuza. I don't think that's in the top 20, but I can respect him. His iconic status is going up. Ellie from Last of Us, that's a pretty iconic character.
Today I learned she had a last name.
Yeah, but yeah, Ellie Williams, yep. Don't think that mattered at all. But
It didn't. Nobody I don't think anybody knew until they read that article.
Nope, probably not. I couldn't tell you if I did or not, but I can tell you it didn't fucking matter. But
Nope.
And then rounding out the list at 20 is Nathan Drake, which again,
I'd say top 15. So yeah.
icon of the PS3 era, put Naughty Dog in position to make Last of Us. Like those games are going to be underrated because of how long it's been. But yeah, he's in the combo, you know.
Oh yeah, I mean Nathan Drake for me would definitely be top 15, 20. Just like you said, like PS3, like everybody played it, and then you got to think about just making a movie, all those things like that. So definitely some influence there with that.
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot that there was a movie, but
There's a sequel being made.
Yes,
yeah, yeah. All right, well, we're doing that. That's so.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, shout out to them for putting this list out there because it's like it's always gonna be divisive no matter what you put on it. Which is why we about to put our list out there because we was talking a lot of shit and we need to back that shit up. Let me make sure I actually have 10 on my
This is what numbering is for. Nigga just wrote the names down and said, hope for the best.
Hey, if you knew I did this 15 minutes before we started recording, then you know why, Tony. All right. Jesus. We on the spot, why don't you?
Oh yeah, yeah. Fucking you up. Fucking you up.
Nah, but
and he gonna see 9, like fuck.
Nope. Listen, I had 2 spares. I threw one of my spares up there. That's why you make spares, people. That's why you put spares on your list.
Real shit.
Oh yeah.
you enter like 15 times so you can get that big ass space in between and just throw 2 at the bottom and be like, all right, I think I'm covered.
Facts. But now I'm debating if I want my spare to be my spare because there's some iconic video game characters, folks. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that works. Okay, I got my list down. Sorry to let y'all hear us like pondering over our last few choices. Tony, since you seem pretty solid on your list, why don't you give us your top 10 to start us off?
All right, we going all the way through or we alternate?
You know what? Let's alternate. I'm gonna say let's alternate.
All right. Number 1, obviously Mario.
Okay.
I have Mario number 1 on my team.
I did too. Absolutely. That's the choice. That's the most iconic video.
There's no like there ain't even no talking that need to be done about that one.
And frankly, I had to limit the characters I put from each series because you will be putting multiple Mario characters.
I tried really hard to do that.
Yeah, I have at least 2 that are from Mario. I'm just gonna say it straight up.
All right. Number 2, Link.
Okay. See, this is where we differ. My number 2 is Sonic.
I knew that. I mean,
yeah, my number 2 is Pac-Man.
Nice.
Okay,
nice.
I can respect it.
Yeah. Okay. I want to see if anybody when we have one that's not on everyone's list because I feel like we kind of.
Oh, I think I got at least 2 that ain't on everybody's list.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I got 3. I think I got 3. I'm almost 100% certain ain't on y'all list.
Gonna happen.
Okay. I can't wait to argue.
My number 3 is Master Chief.
That's high. But
yeah, I think the way he carried the Xbox, like carried the console.
I agree.
Yeah, and that console lasted, for I mean, not lasted. It's not gone yet, but I respect it. My number 3 is actually Pikachu, for the reasons that I stated earlier.
My number 3 is Sonic. It's
okay. My number 4 is Sonic.
Yeah,
Sonic. I had Sonic in my top 5. That's
where we start because the top 5 is like, I mean, my number 4 is Link, so like our top 5 is gonna be just rotating each other's.
Yeah. My number 4 is Link. So.
Okay,
All
nice.
right.
Nice.
So all right, my number 5 is Pac-Man.
My number 5 is also Pac-Man. That's just crazy.
See, we on the same page for the most part. It's
This is
this
how.
bottom half that's going to fall
Listen,
out.
Yeah.
this is why I don't understand the fucking poll. Why is everybody
Right.
list not this list? Like, what happened?
Yeah. Number 5 for me is Pikachu.
Right.
See, we basically right in the same area. Like,
Same. It's crazy.
all right, my number 6. Like I said, this is probably where things start to go off the rails. Commander Shepard.
Wow. Okay.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
I'm
It's
okay
like
with
the
it.
agent. It's like the Agent 47, like, but better in my opinion.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
I think in your top 10, I think there should be a blank player avatar, but it's got to be one that had like a real impact. Like the Hitman games are good, but everybody talks about Mass Effect 2. Like
Yeah.
that shit mattered.
Yeah, if like if there was a Fallout 3 main character that had a name, I don't know if he has a name, but it would, I could see that argument or something like that, or like the Dovahkiin from Skyrim, but
Right.
yeah, Master Chief is a good one. My number what was 6? My number 6 is Bowser. Actually, that's my second Mario character.
Okay.
Oh, I can respect that.
My man is super iconic.
Yeah, number 6 for me is Master Chief.
Nice.
He carried that box. Like without, like me personally, like that's my first shooter game was Halo. Like I first started playing Halo.
Oh yeah, like when niggas started taking it serious, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was
Yep.
it for me. Then I went to Call of Duty and all that, but it was Halo first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense.
All right, my number 7, Lara Croft.
She made the list. I'm not mad.
Yeah,
Actually.
she is top 10. Like that's undisputable.
Yeah.
Number 1 is, we got some conversation to have.
Yeah, she pulled along the PlayStation in a major way. Funny enough, my number 7 is actually Master Chief. So yeah.
My number 7 actually will be Doom Guy.
I ain't mad at it. I like
Yeah.
that. I like that.
That's another Avatar character. I think I might not have like a blank slate type character like that, but hey, I'm not mad.
All right, my number 8, Kratos. I think the last 2 God of War games pushed him up there.
Absolutely. Because now he's retired from like the OG Kratos, who was already pretty iconic. So he done put that Kratos at an even higher level to where we got fucking like
OG Kratos probably would have been like a top 20, top 25, but these last 2 games that pushed him up.
Yep. My number 8 is Mega Man. Mega Man is a
shit, yeah.
I totally forgot about Mega Man.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna front.
Yeah.
I was like, I know there's gonna be at least 1 or 2 that like motherfuckers gonna be like, oh yeah, that's my major one. He was video games for a minute, so yeah.
Number 8 for me is Solid Snake.
Nice. It was so hard for me to debate Solid Snake going on this list. Like I had him on my list, but I had to bump him off. It was tough.
My last 2, we gonna probably, I don't know, we might not argue about this one, but I know that last one we might argue about. My number 9, Luigi.
Okay.
That's the goat.
Second Mario. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Luigi is definitely that dude. Like we all recognize Luigi. Like
You recognize me? Niggas dress up as Luigi for fucking Halloween.
Your mom might know who Luigi is, which is crazy. Like this man was a palette swap. So shout out my man Luigi. So my number 9 is Kratos because it's Kratos.
But my number 9 is Kratos too.
Okay, nice. Okay. We got like 3 of the same.
It's a pretty similar. Yeah,
it's crazy.
All right, so here's my number 10. And I'm going to preface this before I say his name with, I picked him because he's on the box of every fucking game in the franchise.
James, get your pitchfork out, man. You got to get ready.
They got a fucking TV show now. And I just think that character is insanely underrated, but somehow iconic. And it's Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal.
Shit, okay, Sweet Tooth. Not bad. I thought it was going to be Pit-Boy.
He's definitely iconic. Like, most people don't recognize him. Like,
yeah. I can recognize.
You thought it was going to be Pit-Boy from Fallout?
Yeah, honestly, because you were like, he's on every box and he's on the TV show now. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck are we talking about? Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth is one of those super iconic game characters where he is the franchise. Like, if you think of Twisted Metal, it's Sweet Tooth. So I can't be mad at that considering my number 10 is Cloud, and that's literally why I picked Cloud. Like he is the face of Final Fantasy. Like that's the one that got the Robot Chicken sketch before they start remaking them. You know what I mean? Like that should happen.
My number 10 is gonna be different. My number 10 is Dante from Devil May Cry.
Nice.
Ooh.
Okay.
But one, that's my favorite video game of all time. Anybody know me? So, but I just think, like I said, they about to come out with a show for him too. The same people that make Castlevania is making a Devil May Cry show on Netflix. So, like, and to me, like, you play Marvel vs. Capcom, like the newer ones, you pick Dante, like he just OP. So yeah, for me, Dante is definitely iconic for me.
I can see that.
I'm not mad. I feel like we need to do a like a bracket, like find the most iconic character. Instead of giving our individual top tens, I think we need to do similar to what we did like with the best video game.
We're doing another tournament. God damn it.
Bro, I almost set it up for today. I almost said that shit, but then I realized how much work it was and was like, let's just kind of talk about it. You know what I mean?
Because I definitely
the tournament episode was 2 hours.
Yeah, I was like, dang, I definitely had some honorable mentions. I was like, dang, I got like Spyro. I was like, God damn. Like,
yep, I had Rayman, my honorable mentions.
It's some shit that you get to a top 10, you gotta leave some fire shit out. But
absolutely. But I mean, I think we
could do a tournament. We can get around to that. I just got to get my bracket shit back up and
kind of
run that randomizer and scare the shit out of myself again.
A few days of sleep going out the window. You know what I mean? I get it. But I think it's safe to say, fellas, that no matter what happens, we made a much better list than BAFTA. Our list was just 10 times better than BAFTA's list. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. I don't think that's something they could even argue.
Yeah, so the great takeaway is come here for your gaming news, gaming information. The Eclipse theory is better than BAFTA. That is the takeaway from this episode. Please remember that. I'm dead serious. I'm not playing. I'm serious. We're better. But I feel like that is a perfect place to wrap this episode up. It might be our final episode if they decide to come for my neck. But let us know what your most iconic video game characters are, man. We want to hear it in the comments.
Just like Paul Heyman said, you cancel me 100 times, we're going to come back 101.
Big facts. I can come up with a million names like Eclipse Theory. I promise you. Just put two words together. All right, make it mean something.
Michael Scott Gaming Company.
Facts. Kendall Cunningham Gaming News. We listen. Just look for it. Google it. But let us know what gaming characters that you think I left off of our list. I left off Apta's list. We definitely want to hear who we might have missed because I know everybody has kind of a different experience. Like we all grew up with different people, different characters. So I want to hear from you guys. Leave a comment below. Definitely like and subscribe to the video if you like the content because we want to make sure we're making this the right show for you guys. But until next time, man, I'm Kendall. This has been James and Tony, and make sure you keep gaming.